Now, going back to Profibus, where can things go wrong? Are there lessons to be learned from past experiences?
Well, yes, definitely. Many users of Fieldbus learn that you need training. You cannot look after high-speed digital communication systems without some form of training. The idea that you've got a good connection between devices is no longer sufficient to make sure those devices are going to work properly. With high-speed communications, you can get really peculiar errors occurring. For example, you can get a device that's indicating an error when that device, actually, there's nothing wrong with it. The problem is being caused by another device, or maybe by a wiring error at the other end of the network. It can be very confusing for people who are used to dealing with traditional instrumentation when this kind of thing happens. You need to have some kind of training and the correct tools to make sure that you can determine the cause of the error and locate where it's coming from. Having a good electrical connection between one device and another is no longer sufficient to guarantee that that communication is going to be operational.
Yes, Andy, the PICC in Australia has come across many instances of such problems. So who needs training and what type of training is available?
Well, again, Profibus International have been very active in developing standardised training for installers and for engineers, and also for maintenance and design people. The learning outcomes of the certified courses for installers and for engineers is well defined for both Profibus and Profinet. And so that standardised training is available right across the world, including Australia, of course.
So who provides this accredited training in Australia and New Zealand?
The Profibus International Competency Centre, PICC as they call them. The PICC in Sydney provides standardised engineers training and installers training. There's a commissioning and maintenance course that's also run by the PICC, and that provides an intermediate level of training for people who are involved with the maintenance and fault finding on Profibus systems. There are lots of really excellent tools available, but you need training on how to use them. They are not simple to use. The interpretation of the results that you get from those tools can be quite confusing. So you need training, and that training, which is based on experience of experts in the field that have used these tools and in fact developed the tools for many, many years, that training will help people to fault find very quickly and effectively on their system. In fact, the cost of training really is soon recouped by those companies. Companies that have invested a little bit of time and money in training, they recoup that over and over again throughout the lifetime of their plant because they can fault find quickly and reliably and efficiently on their plants.
Just how wide is the uptake in training, particularly in Australia?
Well, the certified training is very widely adopted right across the world. In all the continents, the certified training is provided by training centres and competency centres. In the UK, for example, certain industries have standardised on certified training courses, and they make it a requirement that anybody working on their Profibus systems has to be trained to a certified installer standard as a basic minimum. Contractors and employees, if they want to work on that plant, have to have everybody trained as certified installers. The same thing is actually happening in Australia. The Water Corporation in Western Australia, for example, have now specified that all staff and all contractors who want to work on their equipment have to be trained to certified installer standard as an absolute minimum. Engineers and designers also need training. The design course that is available is a really useful course that's based on years of experience from people who have designed and made mistakes on Profibus systems. These mistakes can be very expensive to put right. Simple mistakes that cost you nothing to correct in the early stages can be very expensive to put right in the later stages of the construction. So the system design course that's available enables the experience of experts that have worked on many, many designs to be filtered through to these people in a very effective one-day training course. And that course will save, guaranteed, it will save that company lots of money in the future in maintenance and easy fault finding on that system.
You're right.
The design course is actually a passion of mine. Quite often I've been asked to do the design course too late in the day. People have, or companies have designed an installation, they get it installed, they find that they've made mistakes. So what do? They put people on the design course. It's too late. I really believe that the design course should be delivered at the early stages of a project. Learn about the mistakes before you make them. That's the answer.
Yes.
The cost of running that design course is going to be rewarded many times over in the lifetime of the plant, giving you reliable and easily maintainable networks.